my art.
No, not at all. It's just a different aesthetic from.
It is.
And to get the detail of what you have.
Yep. Oops. So I think this was right at 9/11. That one, and then this one.
I haven't seen that one. I think you should send me a picture.
That one I have a picture of, and then
You
this
sent me
one.
a picture of that one. It looks so much better in person. They already look good in the picture, but in person you get the feel of it.
I did a lot of them, and I had a friend who was a printer, and she actually, I made cards. And so I send cards out to people off of my pictures that she printed. So I have a whole
Wow,
lot.
that looks like.
I painted, yeah, that's a picture that
like
I painted.
a paid artist did that.
Whoa!
That's, yeah, I have cards of all kinds in here.
That's you.
That
you
I
did that?
I did. That's from a painting that I did, and so she blended it in, blended it out, and whatever. So yeah, I did these. And she printed them for me.
Wow, that looks incredible.
Yeah. So, take you a blast to the past.
Oh yeah, we need to get that right there.
Why single mothers can go back to school.
Is that you?
That is
That's
me.
I need
That
to get
is
wait.
me. I was divorced. I had a child. I had nowhere to turn. I didn't know what to do. And I went to the school, and they set me up, and I was given the Pell Grant. And that's when I went into electronics.
How long was that schooling for?
It was a 4-year degree, and I had 3 classes left to take when my world fell. Well, it didn't fall apart. I see now it didn't. Put me in a different path.
That is incredible. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's me. So, and then of course in the meantime I got robbed at a bank while I was a teller.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, how was that? So wait, Rob.
I moved to Philadelphia for a wild ride, and
What a
I'm
day.
police seeking. Yes, that was, and it's really funny because when I met Brian, the same year that I was robbed, he was working in a bank, and he was robbed also by somebody with a shotgun in Canada.
What?
You're kidding me? We're soulmates. We are together.
If we get
forever.
robbed at the same time, go ahead, tennis boy.
Oh no, she didn't do it.
Okay, so we talked about some art, and these are practice pictures. Learning how to paint, and so I've tried them over and over, different colors, this and that, and I have many of them framed at home. My sister's houses, all my relatives are full of them. So this is just where I started from. So garçon.
Just, which one?
We'll take this one.
This one right here?
Yes. I think this is probably the very first painting I ever did. And it was thrilling. It was absolutely thrilling to get it done, to do it. And so I've been to the mountains. And so it was just something when we talk about seeing, open your eyes and see it. And so this is from, let me take it down.
So we can see your face.
Oh, there we go. So this is one of my favorites too. So,
I'm gonna put it back.
okay. And that one.
All three. Here,
All three.
All three of them.
Let me. All three.
Okay, we'll hold one. Which one do you want to hold? You.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you can hold.
I'll hold the little one.
How about the blue one? So.
I can hold the blue and then we could be twins on Cookie
Yeah.
Monster. Okay. So this is learning how
Let's
to
make sure we can see all of it.
Yeah.
So Calvin, you got it down.
So learning how to paint reflections and flowers and backgrounds. And then this was the real picture after the practice on that one. So do you have a lot of glare on that one?
Can you put it in the middle? Yeah. Oh, we'll get some individual shots of both.
So that was just learning how to paint flowers, and this one here too. So after I figure out kind of, since I've never had a lesson, I figured out from number 1, 2, and 3 that it came out to this after.
Wow. And just look at the size difference from that one to that one. So you did, this was practice and then this was the real one?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll make
Yes.
sure to get individual pictures.
And the practice looks like the real one. So
Well, thank you. It's a lot of fun. It really is. It's lets you create. It can be anything you want it to be.
Mm-hmm. Which one do you
This
want
one
next?
right here really captures my eye. I just want you to talk
You like
about
that one?
That one, yes.
This is the trees in the forest, not the forest and the trees.
Hold it.
And I think one day we had been out hiking and came back, and I thought, you know, it was a beautiful day, and just the streams and a place that you want to be taken away to. Sometimes you paint pictures just to a place that you want to be, and it's serene. And this was actually painted on all black, and then you put dark colors on and paint with white to bring out the colors.
So you put the black first?
Yes, it's called gesso, and you can see it up here at the top. It's black, so you cover it all in black. It smooths out the canvas, and then you just cover it with dark colors, and then just start painting with white, and it brings. So I draw, but I don't paint my drawings. I don't paint any of these, or don't draw any of these before I paint.
You just do them from
I
your
just
head.
do them. Yes.
And so, did you study like books or
No.
other art? Just went for it.
Just went for it. I watched Bob Ross on television. I did.
Bob Ross. He's
I
probably.
watched Bob Ross.
I think he's our uncle or
Yeah, I think so.
something.
You think?
Yeah, man. I don't know.
These aren't little trees with little trees.
They're not mistakes. They're happy accidents. I'm not saying have that one. So just still learning reflection and depth, and I can see it, and so learning to paint it. It's grapes. They're very rudimentary, but it's very satisfying when you're done with them. So this is my practice. I think I've done this one probably 3 or 4 times, and the original is hanging in a frame at home until it's perfect.
Wow.
Until it was perfect.
Wow.
So, like, how do you compare the original one to these? What are the imperfections that you were saying that you were working on?
I don't know that there's imperfections, and that's the way I see my students. It's good, just make it better. That's how I teach. I say it all the time to my students. You know, yeah, that was great, but now let's make it better. So I think it's great. It's got more. I've learned how to shadow and the depth a little bit better and things like that. So the original is one of those big sizes in frame.
Oh,
my God.
so you did the reverse with that one.
Yes.
You started big and then went small.
Oh no, the small ones are the practice.
The small ones
big
are
ones.
like that's
So-
a real one.
I guess it's not punishment; it's challenge. Because the bigger the painting, the better you need to be. Because every single stroke you see, and every detail, and you're going to see that in the bigger pictures. So instead of being able to take a smaller painting and just do this and stand back and go, okay, I can make you imagine this. Let me make you see this. And I'll show you in the big picture.
Ooh, with the one back there with the
Yeah.
bonsai.
Which one do you want to do now?
Whichever one fancies you, I know which one you want to get to. Take the one that right there.
This
one?
The
Yes.
one we're talking about. So this one, when we went on lockdown in March, I started in the garage, and I have pictures of how this started, and it started on a black canvas. And I always let my background drive my picture. Sometimes I don't really have anything I really want to paint, so I'll put a background on. And then we got a sky, and it was ugly out in the world, and so it's kind of like lightning in the sky. And went into some rocks and some ocean and some strange trees and a mountain. And then one night my husband looked at me and goes, "Did you paint that?" You see me out here with a paintbrush in my hand. And so, you know, to paint see-through water, and this was fantastical picture. I love this picture. I don't think it's done. I look at it and it hangs on my wall, and I don't think it's done yet. I haven't signed it. Once
Why don't you? Because the signature or because of other details?
Is it like
because I'm not sure.
Oh, so when you have the clarity in it,
Yes.
is it like a filling? Is that clarity of filling or?
Yes. I feel like sometimes I look at it and it's screaming at me for something else. I don't know. So I haven't signed it. Once I sign it, I'll never touch it. So
Because
when,
once it's done, right?
when it's done, it's done. Don't ever touch it again. That'll be your biggest mistake. I've
And
been
don't
told
be quick to make decisions either.
Absolutely. So it's been hanging on my wall for about 7 months. And I look at it and I think I see it. It's the missing puzzle piece, and I think I see it. And when I find it, I'll paint it and let you see it.
Can you show us if I could get
It looks
later on
complete
the
to me, I
progression
mean.
pictures of it, because I saw the progression pictures of it, and
Oh,
it's amazing. And
yeah.
also seeing it in person, I couldn't wait to see it in person, because the
Point
way
it out.
the way just the clouds and the water blend together, but you can tell the separation just enough, and like everything is feeling like it's melding.
One of my
together.
favorite parts is like the rocks, just trying to bring them to life, and the ocean coming out from way out here through the
And there's
streams.
like enough, like there's space there for the water, like it was moving crazy, like you said during these times.
You want me to get them now?
Oh no, you can wait.
Okay, I'll show you the progression pictures I showed you the other night, and it's really wild if you take a look at them and just to see what was here and what wasn't, and the stages it went through. And
Like building a house.
yeah, and I cause like the picture I have started now at home, I painted the background, and I thought, now I'm painting the picture around the background that I painted, and that's how I painted this.
See, I didn't look at it that way. I always start off with what's the main subject. So looking at it from the base, like this is what you're starting off with.
The background is the mood. It's your setting. It's your setting sun, your rising sun. It's the tempest in the sky. What do you want to say in that? And so that's how I've approached a lot of my pictures.
And so that leads me to the question of
This one?
Yes.
Yes.
Those. That one, are those like birch trees?
Yes, you got it.
Birch.
Yes.
Oh, Robert Frost made a poem about birch trees.
Yes, he did, as a matter of fact, and that's why I painted that picture.
Really?
Because Kevin studied that, and Robert Frost had to read that in like second grade. And I painted this picture.
Wow. And birch trees are one of my favorites because when we were
It's a reflection, so it's hard to
down.
tell. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It looked right to me because I was looking at it this way. Just a reflection in a pond in the snow.
Birch trees are one of my favorite because Washington State we lived there for a couple years, and we used to see birch trees. It just used to be one of my favorite trees to look at because they just stood out from all the evergreens that were out there. So it's just seeing this forest of them that you created is just amazing.
Yeah.
And the reflection too.
Wow. So what was the process for this one?
This is my dark period, as you can tell. It was on. This is so old they didn't make canvases backed on wood yet, and so this is a canvas board that's covered in black. And this, once again, where I wanted the trees, I just put like rubber cement, because rubber cement just comes right off, and just put that on, and covered it in blues and greens. And once that was dried, then I just kind of rubbed off all that, and that was white. And then the dark colors that I put on here in the blues and greens, I just took white and painted over it, and it brought all the colors out.
Wow. And it's cool because it has like this gradient feel as you go across it. It's not like
only in the
a
trees,
continuing gradient. A continuous, it's like...
Yeah, like that blue shade there, which is a different blue shade here, which goes into the green there. And then you even have it,
See, you see what I wanted you to see, huh?
I didn't even notice the green until really, because I was just so captured by the blues, because it feels like nighttime. But then that green in there adds a sort of mystery to it.
It can be what you want it to be. That's what's a great thing about nature and art and that kind of thing.
all right.
You give me both of those.
The other one's right here, Kevin.
Where?
Right here.
Right there. Okay, you can put this one like this.
So this was a flower growing in my garden, and after I actually, this is the...
Oh, you need that one too? I'll hold this one. Oh, this one?
Yes, that is the one I practiced these flowers to learn to paint them. And so you learn a lot about background depth, and so this is purely, that's scrap paper, but it's on canvas board. So I don't get rid of my mistakes because they remind me of my learning process. And you should, like martial arts, you should never forget your beginning. And so I have stuff in my closet from beginning where, to me, it is something I would never want people to look at, but it's also something I'm not throwing away. That's my beginning. And this is part of my, well, past the very beginning, but that is my learning how to paint flowers.
That's a beginning. That's a new beginning.
Yes, it is, because it's not on black.
That's true. So what period was happening here? It seems like, from what I can see, I want to see if I can.
When I started going to school with Kevin.
I was about to say, were you learning something new, enlightened?
I was going to school with my son. That's when he started.
Wow.
So he started school in 97, and that's 98.
And so this one here is a precursor to.
So these are the learning how to paint flowers. So this one is the first one that I did, and then I did another one just in totally different colors. And then my mother has these are also practiced, and she's got the originals in her house that are framed.
You sure you didn't pay anybody to do all these?
I didn't. I swear I didn't.
I feel special holding this because I'm your black son, Kevin. So black
That's
Kevin
right.
gets to hold it. This is amazing.
Kind of totally forgot about that one until I started digging that one out of the back of my closet. So
I really love the softness of the leaves in the back. Like they're there, but they're so blended in the back.
it brings out a mentality and what's going on up here, so you can see the change. I was morphing into lightness.
The light was always there.
It was. Just had to find it again. So I look at them too sometimes, and one day somebody said to me, you know, painting with all that black is a sign of depression. And I went home and thought about that for a while, and I thought, okay, it's time to start looking at things differently.
But you're wearing all black right now.
That's because I was a ninja earlier.
You know, ninjas actually wear black to protect their light.
Yes. Yes. So I got to keep the light in so I can finish painting like that.
Keep it and protect it.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. Any smaller pieces?
Oh yes, that one, my model.
Yes.
Okay, and then the ones on the couch, I'll show you. Those are my very latest. So this was just my attempt at some funkiness for my son, and I thought, okay, that was pretty cool. Is this abstract? I've never been to school, so I don't even know what you call abstract.
Yeah, that would be abstract. Yes.
Definitely abstract. You know, I like to think of art like a rubber band. You know, if you just give the rubber band as it is, it's boring. It's just a copy. But you can stretch it out, right, to make it fit. And so if you stretch it out too far, the rubber band's gonna break. So you got to find that nice sweet spot in the middle. And all of these pieces, it just isn't hitting that sweet spot. It's hitting your personality and who you are in your journey. Yeah. You know, each piece has a story to it. That's what's incredible. And what's the story to this one?
Wait, can I try to guess real quick?
Yes.
Or tell you what I see and then like.
Yeah,
go ahead.
So I see the faces looking at each other across from each other with the vase in the middle. There's another face hiding back here, hiding behind the flower. I can tell, and I can feel energy going up from
You're so smart. So smart.
Energy going up from the flower of like the aroma, but also what's coming from the base. What is that? So this looks like just the energy around each person, because I see this is a different one. That's lighter here in front of this person, and there's the dark around it, but it's darker here around this person, and it has I just want to see. That's what I saw.
Yin yang, the past, the present, the good, the bad, the growth, the everything.
So is this in between the dark period and light period?
Yes, it was.
Wow.
It was.
And I can see you want clarity. That's why you have the harder lines. Like you need to see more. You need, instead of something soft and that, you need something more. Okay, what is happening?
Yep. So that's what that one is.
Wow.
So now.
Yeah, I'll let you. You want me to grab those, or
you hold the suitcase so she didn't have to.
It's not.
Oh, it's good. It's here. So when I picked this up, I put this away, and I didn't touch my painting for many, many, many years. I don't know, I got frustrated. And so last year for Christmas and my birthday, my son was asking me what I would like. And I said, well, I've been thinking about painting again. He said, really? And I said, yeah, but it's been so long. Everything's ruined. Everything's, 15, 20 years old. So he started buying me things, and I looked at them for months. And 6 months went by, and Christmas came, and he gave me more expensive canvases and brushes and paints. And I kept saying, okay, January 4th, your present is going to be my first picture. And I kept putting it off and putting it off. And so January 3rd, I went to bed and set my alarm for 5 a.m. and got up. And this was my first picture that I painted in all those years. So on this,
that evokes all types of emotions.
I does, and I painted.
on the sides
I painted
too?
all the way around, so you don't ever have to have it framed. So it goes all the way around. And so I
don't even know how to explain that.
It feels like to me, just hold this, cause it feels like just there's something broken here, which is the tree that was rooted, and you're looking to still hold on to this power, and that light that's there. That
like,
could be a sun
don't
or
go.
right.
Yeah.
Still, and the tree is dark, holding on to this orange, and just like how the Buddhist monks wear orange, because there's this, it's like a heavenly glow to it. There's a certain power there, and
It's the light and the dark, and it's all coming together, and it's like a new beginning. That's like this is. It was like holding on to this, and this is my new beginning. And so this is actually oil and acrylic, and then so then I did that big one back there, and then I started getting into this, and so I've never painted with pure acrylics before, and this was my test drive for acrylics. Just reflections of trees and this, and so these are kind of Chinese orchard trees that I saw a picture of, and I thought I want that on my canvas.
Those are nice colors.
And there's we'll get some close-ups of it, but the rising of the paint, what feel did that give you from all the other ones that you have done?
This was freeing. This was light feeling. It was energizing. It was bright. It was a bright spot.
Can you explain what the bridge is?
Yes. You have a distant land, which is all the way over here. And you can have a bridge to anywhere you want to go. You just got to build it yourself. You got to find your own way to get there. And that's what that says to me. I can get there. I just got to make my own bridge. And so as soon as I finished that one, I did my most favorite picture I ever did in my entire life was this one.
Wow.
Within 2 days, I did this one. And so even right down here, this bird has got my name in its claws, and it's taken it away.
So what? I never asked you this. I was just so in awe about this one in particular.
It made my heart go. Oh.
And
So
also, like you've never seen Avatar.
Hold it right
Nope,
there.
I have not, but I've actually looked at pictures of people that paint flying islands, and they paint them, since Sean said that, they paint them like they paint trees. So I looked at them and I thought, wow, this is really cool. So
Yeah, I want to ask a question.
I didn't really, so this is how I paint. I have canvas paper. And when I don't know something, which is pretty much everything about painting, I keep paper. I cover part of it with white gesso, part with black gesso, and then I mix it and paint it with gray. So this is practice. This is how do I want my strokes and what do I want my colors with. So you can see that's just like, okay, here's this. Oh, I like that. That goes on one picture. Or maybe I like this. Or I'm practicing strokes. These are just practice. How do I want my colors to go? And this.
It's like
this and this and this.
practicing your jabs, just
Absolutely.
singing, and then practicing your front snap kicks or your side kicks until you put them in as a combination.
So when I was doing this, I
Can you
thought I
hold that
could.
one up again?
You hold
Yes.
it up. Go hold it up.
I'll hold it up because I got a question about it.
So I wasn't real sure.
If I
like,
hold it too long, you might stay here.
yeah, Kevin will come and find you. So like here, I wasn't sure. Okay, I want to put a structure on there. So here I'm painting those structures and what kind of structure do I want on it. So, and I don't waste anything. I never waste a thing, a piece of square or anything. So here's another one. Like when I was doing that big one, this is just practicing strokes. And so I wasn't sure. There's a little wood cabin. Like,
Oh.
what kind of house do I want on there? And I kind of like that shape, and so that's the color that I put on there.
So why'd you go with this hut, or it could be a yurt with like some extra?
Because it's not structural. It's just, it's freehand. It's kind of like nature. It's not man-made. It's nature at its finest. This is a practice picture. You ought to see the one I started.
It's amazing.
It's a
It's bigger. It's
practice
bigger.
picture.
Yeah, I
The
got
one- yeah, it's bigger than that one, and it's on 2-inch wood frame from the canvas that Kev got me. And it's an island, and you'll see it in a second. And it's got these mountains on it, and it's over in this corner. And I'm going to make this type of bridge from one to another island in the
Wow.
back, and then have other islands.
This is
and
why we
there's
need you
water flowing off of this one to, and that all came from the background. That set the tempo for the picture.
I see.
But that's one of my most favorite pictures right
I
there.
see, because I see you started off the background with
I did.
the yellow and the purple as complementary colors, and then adding in that calming of the blue. You
And
know,
this is the color I saw that day walking in the woods, and I had
That's-
to use my sunglasses as a filter to get that color so I could come home and put it on my canvas.
That is amazing. Can I ask a few questions about this?
Yes.
So since this was very recent, like one of your recent ones, and we talked about the feelings and what you were going through, not exactly what you were going through, but the emotions that were happening. Where do you feel you're standing now as you see this, or what?
I feel like I could paint anything. I really do. I feel free. I feel elated. I feel like, just let me try it.
Yeah, I feel that too. I feel like you're enlightened, and like even though there's this heavy rock, you
It's
have
floating, isn't it?
It's broken too. Like we
It
can
is.
be broken, and it's floating in the air. And
It is.
and it's still able to grow, and you can still live on it.
It's me. It's got a picket fence. Brian goes, you put a fence on it too? I said, I got vertigo. I didn't want to fall off. I said, and that is where I'm going to go live if you don't leave me alone. But that is one of my most favorites.
Oh, and as I just looked at it, and you're going above the blue sky into the next level of whatever it is.
Which I wanted to ask about blue. What is the blue in the hut?
That's a door. Turn it around, look at it. No,
Oh,
turn it around that
around,
way. You
yeah.
can't see it from the back. That's the door, and
Yeah,
there's
that's
the
the
windows
door.
with the lights.
oh, so the lights on the inside are yellow. What
Yeah,
does yellow mean anything, or is it
light inside.
like?
I'm home. I'm home. That's
This
right.
is stay at my
I'm
home. Me and Kevin gonna have to fight.
Okay, that's my home. So the one I'm doing now, it's monstrous, and it's this fantastic. I'll show you in a second the background, and I started with the background to determine how I wanted my picture. And it's light, and it's the same colors, but it's more striking. Since this is, like I said, my practice.
He's shaking his head like, is it? Yeah.
It's not even.
I'm sure you've gotten this question before, but have you thought about selling your art?
I can't part with. They wind up in the back of my closet or hanging on my wall, or I give them away. I have given many pictures away. People have offered to buy them, and I feel like, to me, this is a gift given to me. I need to give it to you. And that's how I've always felt, and I've never taken a penny for my art,
Wow.
ever.
And I just
And
asked
that's
because
probably shameful.
no,
but it's
no.
not.
You're staying true to who you are. Very humble, because there are people who don't even have skills like this, who sell art for way more. And it's just like you can tell the energy and intention behind it. But this is truly for you and not anybody else. And I just ask that because people are going to look at this and be like, oh, I want that. And they're probably going to want to purchase it. So I just,
No, we are. No, we're not.
I was just asking.
Yeah, we're not joking. We already have people messaging us like, "Hey, can I trade with you guys? I'm in Atlanta. I'm
Okay,
watching
so
work and this
when
and
they
that."
see your art, is
They're gonna want it. They're gonna want to buy it. Like I would buy it. Like how much is that? So that's
Only-
$5,000.
No, you could easily. And I was just asking because you're a true artist. You are a true
a
artist.
true artist doesn't sell their work.
I've never sold a picture.
Not saying that artists still can sell their work, but like a real artist doesn't need to sell their work to be satisfied.
That's it. Doesn't need to.
I feel like if you really like my stuff, that's the biggest payment in the entire world. No better compliment. Take it.
Wow.
Look how nice my apartment looks.